Welcome back to the virtual court where you are the judge.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This virtual courtroom is now in session.
If you have a child who did something unthinkable, like my son, as their mother, we still have to be there for them. I tried to be there for both of my children. For Quentin, I made sure there was money on his books and that I came to visit and wrote. And for Kaya, I moved away. I decided that, we needed to move away. I'm not one to pretend or to be in denial about what is happening. It is what it is. You just have to deal with it as the mother. I was a single parent. I had a husband a time or two, but for the most part, I was a single mother. I knew my son would need the support of the family. He was the weaker of the two, and the family had chose him over me and my daughter anyway. So in my heart, I gave the family to my son, and I moved out of the state with my daughter so that we could heal. Later, I moved out of America. I just wanted to ditch America altogether. I hate to say it, but I really don't like America for all it has done to me, my children, my family, my community, my people. This tragedy crippled me, and with no support, me and Kaya were on our own. I moved us into the country where there was no bus line, so Kaya couldn't run away when she was manic. It took her 2 years to figure out how to run away. And where she run? Back to Baltimore. So back to Baltimore we went. Kaya's father used to do this too when him and I were together years ago as children. We didn't know what it was back then. Now I know it to be bipolar disease. All his children have it, but Kaya is feral like her father. She really just likes to be out there, and with no emotional support from my family, it made this journey even harder. After 2 years of court postponements, I went to my son and I begged him to please take the plea deal if he was guilty, because I just could not take Kaya's running away anymore. I had lost 50 pounds, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. Thankfully, my son took the plea and we didn't have to go to trial. Kaya didn't want to go to court, but she wanted her brother to acknowledge what he did and to apologize. And she also wanted him to buy her a Nintendo. She was a child. He ended up buying her a car as a way to make amends after he got out of prison. They weren't allowed to talk until she turned 18. I told my son that he needed to make amends with his sisters. The apologies did not come easy. It was a hard road, and we went through a whole lot of stuff before, we could just even get it out of my son. Because that's a hard thing to admit to. Most offenders lie because it is considered the lowest of the low in society, and everybody wants to have a reputation, and everybody wants to be able to start off good. So it's a hard thing. So it was something that we had to do in private, because of that. My son and daughter's relationship is tenuous at best, but what are we going to do? It's not like you can get rid of family, especially your children. I love them all despite their faults. And to be honest, if you don't have faults, you're not human. If you haven't fallen, you're not human. Kaya has been through so much. She lost her mother and she lost her father. At 8, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is really rare for someone who is African American and a female. And at her age, she had to take like 3 injections of something called interferon a week. And it caused her to have high fever, so I give her the injection, and then I had to dip her in cold water, to bring the fevers down. And one reason that she ran away all the time is because she was determined that she had to find a boyfriend before her multiple sclerosis made her become a cripple. It's psychological things behind illnesses too, not just the illness itself. And then she lost her innocence at 11. I just think that was so much for a little girl to go through, and she's still having a hard time, and I'm just so sad because I love her so much. She's such a bright and talented young girl. She can write a song off the back of her hand, write poetry. She is just really talented, but she's as talented as she is troubled. I want my children to heal. And I think families have a right to heal. But the state don't let no healing come through.
CPS says she's a bad mother for raising a child like no other. But who's really to blame for the strife? Shown all the agencies programming life. Shauna's world is full of pain, a past she'd rather not explain. So she retreats into her mind, where a fantasy trial she can find. In her mind, she's innocent, a fair trial with the jury of her peers, a high-profile lawyer to represent, and a judge who'll see through the tears. I need to seek counsel in my chambers immediately. The virtual jury, my companions in this quest. Ain't nobody